Welcome to the very first lesson. Let me start with a question that's probably been in your head. What if the way you've been writing software for the last 5, 10, maybe 15 years is about to fundamentally change? Not gradually, not eventually, right now. And here is the thing. This isn't hype. This is already happening. We're in the middle of one of the most important shifts in software engineering history, and it's been driven by AI. Over the last 30 years, we've gone through major transitions from desktop to web, from web to mobile, from monoliths to cloud, on-prem to distributed systems. Each one of these times, the tools changed, the platforms changed, the frameworks evolved. But the core activity, it actually stayed the same. You wrote code, I wrote code, line by line, file by file, function by function. That was the job. You were the executor. But here's what's different this time. This shift is different because for the first time in software engineering history, the act of writing code itself is being automated. Think about what AI can actually do right now. Today, in 2026, it can write entire functions from a single description. It can debug code faster than most engineers. It can explain complex systems in seconds. It can propose reasonable architectures. It can analyze massive code bases and find patterns. And this isn't theoretical. GitHub Copilot, ChatGPT, Cloud Code, these tools are already embedded in daily engineering workflows. This is not the future. This is happening right now. So here's the question everyone is asking. Does this mean engineers are being replaced? The short answer is no. But also yes. Let me explain. So, a March 2025 analysis from Anthropic highlighted something important, that software engineers are amongst the professions most exposed to AI-driven transformation, not elimination, transformation. And that distinction does matter because the question isn't, will AI replace software engineers? The real question is, which software engineers will remain relevant? The ones who adapt or the ones who don't? Here's what I need you to understand. Your foundational knowledge is more valuable than ever, not less. Your systems thinking, your debugging instincts, your architecture experience, your ability to reason about complexity, all of that is critical. But how you apply it is changing. Because the bottleneck has shifted. It's no longer code writing. Code writing is getting cheaper and faster by the day. The new bottleneck is thinking, design, strategic decisions, knowing what to build and why we're building it. It's validation, understanding what AI can and can't do, and building guardrails around it. So you're not being replaced, you're being elevated from an executor to a director. Let's look at what is actually happening. Here's what I wanted to see. AI is no longer just a feature inside your system. It's becoming a new kind of client, a new way users interact with your product. And there are 3 core patterns you need to recognize because once you see them, you will start seeing them everywhere. The first pattern is chat interfaces. So in software, instead of clicking through menus and buttons, users just talk. They describe what they want by typing or through audio. They ask questions. They iterate with natural language. Let's make this real. Imagine you're building a software as a service platform, SAS, and maybe it's a project management software for a client. So traditionally, you'll see dashboards, you see filters, you see reports, you see multiple screens. The users are going to have multiple clicks. Now imagine instead you have show me all delayed tasks for the mobile app project, or you have a message which member is overloaded this week, or you have someone type give me a summary of all blockers across all projects. It's the same data, same backend, same everything, but now the users aren't navigating your UI. They are asking questions in English or some other language, as long as the LLM understands. And your system is understanding intent and responding with answers. So that's the first pattern I want you to see. From user interface navigation to conversational interaction. Let's look at the second very powerful pattern, retrieval systems or RAG. This second pattern is about grounding. RAG stands for Retrieval-Augmented Generation. It solves a massive problem with AI. And here's the problem. An AI model or a large language model trained on general knowledge is impressive, as you've probably seen. But the thing is, if you notice, it has no access to your own data. It has no access to your customer policies or that of your business, your client. It has no internal documentation. It does not understand your business rules. So when it answers, it's guessing based on general knowledge. So which means that it can and often does hallucinate. It can get your specific policies wrong or internal data, and it can even give outdated answers. RAG solves this. So basically, you take your documents, your help articles, your internal policies, your internal knowledge base, and you make them available to the AI. So when a user asks a question, the system internally searches for relevant documents, retrieves the most important pieces, injects them automatically into the prompt with the user's question, and then generates an answer. So now AI isn't guessing. It's answering based on your actual business rules. I'll give an example. So let's say you have an e-commerce company building a customer support assistant, and a customer comes and types or says, can I return something I bought 3 weeks ago? Without Retrieval-Augmented Generation, the model just gives a generic answer, and it's probably wrong for the company's specific policy. But with RAG, the system retrieves their actual return policy, injects it into the context, and generates a response that's accurate to their business. That's the second pattern, and it's a very powerful one. From just general LLM knowledge to business grounded knowledge. Let's look at a third pattern, autonomous agents. And this is where it gets powerful, the concept of agents. Agents go beyond answering just questions. They actually take action. They break down a complex goal or a desire into steps. They can call tools, they can execute commands, they can make decisions, and they continually iterate towards an outcome. Think about, about what this enables. So for example, you have a deployment assistant that understands your infrastructure, can propose deployments, it can check prerequisites, and it can execute them, for you as a software engineer. Or for a business customer, a support agent that doesn't just answer questions via chat, can actually reset your password, can process refunds, it can update your account settings, Or maybe for you also as a software engineer, a development tool that can actually debug failing tests. It will examine the code, it will run the commands, it will analyze the results, and it will suggest fixes. Or something, a monitor that is for your infrastructure that detects any anomalies and automatically triggers, a remediation. These aren't chatbots anymore. These are autonomous systems. They make decisions, they take actions, they're solving problems. And that's the third pattern. From just reactive answers to proactive autonomous problem solving. Why does this matter for you? Because we've now seen these three patterns: chat, retrieval, and autonomy. But here's what matters to your career. These patterns are changing what your role as a software engineer looks like. Before, you probably were a code writer, but now you are becoming a system designer. You're not just writing up crude endpoints, you're designing systems that understand the intent of the user, retrieving the right information, and systems that can actually take decisions. You are not just implementing features, you are architecting systems where AI is not an add-on, but is actually a core component. And this requires a different kind of thinking. Now, I want to explain what I mean by this mindset shift. I want to be clear about what is actually changing. It's not your technical skills that are becoming obsolete, it's your priorities that are shifting. From like, how do I write this most efficiently, to what system should even exist here. It's changing from, can I implement this feature, to how should this problem be solved with AI involved. It's changing from let me trust my code completely, to how can I design guardrails around probabilistic outputs. It's changing from building for certainty to how can I build for uncertainty and still verify. This is the mindset shift I want us to have. And it's actually getting better, than where we've been. Because now you're thinking at a higher level of abstraction. You're thinking about outcomes, not just execution. So I want to be very clear about this, that code is not going anywhere. In fact, software usage is about to explode. Every company is becoming more digital. So every product is becoming smarter. So every workflow is becoming more automated. But the manner in which the code is written is changing. The level of output expected is increasing. And the skill set required to operate, at that level is evolving. And so this is where you come in, because engineers that adapt early aren't the ones struggling. They are the ones defining what comes next. They are the ones becoming 10 times more productive. Not because they work harder, but because they are working differently. Now, the real leverage is thinking about what changes when you understand these patterns. Now, you can recognize them in any product. You can apply these patterns to problems you're currently solving. You can explain to a non-technical stakeholder, for example, or your client, why RAG is better than fine-tuning for a particular use case. We'll look at more of that in the course. And then you can design systems that are resilient, not fragile. You can think about cost trade-offs instead of guessing. You can build faster with less code. This is the real leverage, and this is what we're going to teach you in this course. In this first module, we're going to focus on foundations and your mindset. You're going to understand why AI represents a platform shift, not just a new tool. It's not a new idea, it's not a new platform. It's an entire shift. You're going to know the three core patterns behind all modern AI systems. You're going to know what AI engineers actually do day to day, and then how you're going to begin your own transition to being an AI engineer. And then in the modules that follow this first one, we're going to go deeper. We're going to learn how to leverage AI, in development. You're going to master architectural and systems thinking for an AI-first design. You're going to build with modern AI tooling, frameworks, IDEs, deployment platforms. You're going to develop real domain expertise, which is an understanding is where AI actually creates real value. So by the end, you won't just understand AI, you'll be able to design and build production systems. So here, is where we are. You already understand now that this shift is real, and you've seen the patterns. You now know your skills remain valuable, and you know how you're going to apply them is what is changing. So you have a choice. Option A is to keep doing what you've always done. and hope the shift slows down or levels off. Actually, it won't. Option B is commit to this journey and to spend the next 3 to 6 months learning and building and emerging as an AI augmented engineer, becoming significantly more productive, becoming more valuable, becoming one of the engineers who define what is coming next. I know there's probably a voice in your head that is saying, this feels like hype. I'm already good at my job, so why do I need to change anything? What if this is just another tool that comes and goes? Honestly, those are fair concerns. So let me be direct. There is a hype around AI, to be honest. Yes, some AI tools will disappear and be replaced by better ones. And yes, learning always feels uncomfortable at first. But here is what is not hype. The economics of AI in software, they are permanent, they're not going away. If you can build software 30% faster with AI assistant, you will. If you can deploy autonomous systems that reduce operational costs, you will. If you can ship features to market faster than competitors, you will. These aren't theoretical benefits. These are real, measurable business outcomes, and they are driving real adoption. So the question isn't whether AI will be part of software engineering. The question is if you will be equipped to work with it, effectively. So here's your starting point. You're actually starting from a position of strength. You already understand systems. You already understand trade-offs. You understand debugging. You already know how to reason about complexity. You already know how to learn hard things, as a software engineer. Most importantly, you already know that understanding how something works is the difference between using it well and using it poorly. This is the exact mindset, that makes you great at translation. So what comes next? In the next lesson, we're going to dive into some technical foundations. You will learn how large language models actually work. So of course, not the PhD version, the engineering version or software engineering version. You're going to understand tokens. The next module, context windows. You're going to understand attention, hallucinations. You're going to stop treating AI like magic and start treating it like infrastructure. Then we're going to build on that. Okay, we're going to go step by step, pattern by pattern, until you're confidently designing and building AI systems. So in closing, here is what I want you to hear. The shift is already happening. The only question is whether you are going to adapt early and lead, or catch up later and follow. The tools already exist. The knowledge already exists. The opportunities already exist. All that is missing is you committing to the journey. And if you're here watching this course, that means that you're already choosing. You're choosing to adapt. You're choosing to lead. You're choosing to stay relevant in a world that honestly is changing faster than ever. That's exactly what we want. So let's build. Let's learn. Let's make you a 10x engineer in the AI era, starting now. Let's go.
Thanks for watching.